Do not be kind, not in the way the world tells you to be. Kindness, as it is often practiced, is a mask and illusion crafted to keep you small, compliant, and accepted by others. It is not real power. True power arises from self-awareness, and it begins with you. You are not placed on this earth to play small or to shrink yourself so that others can feel comfortable. You are placed here to create, to manifest, and to shape your reality. But in order to do that, you must be willing to look beyond the surface of social niceties. Kindness, in its common form, is nothing more than a thin veil hiding fear, fear of rejection, fear of disapproval, fear of standing alone. Kindness, as most people understand and practice it, often serves as a mask, a form of social currency exchanged for acceptance, approval, and safety within a group or relationship. This form of kindness is rarely an authentic expression of selflessness or love, but rather a performance designed to maintain peace and avoid conflict. People smile when they don't mean it, agree when they disagree, and offer help when they are too exhausted to do so, all in the name of being kind. This form of kindness, while outwardly positive, is inherently deceptive because it hides the true intentions and emotions of the person behind it. At its core, this kindness is often driven by fear. Fear of rejection, fear of judgment, and fear of not belonging. Society from an early age conditions people to equate being good with being kind. A child is praised when they share their toys, even when they might not want to. They are taught to apologize, to smile, to be pleasant, and to keep the peace. This conditioning carries into adulthood, where kindness becomes a social expectation. To deviate from this standard invites criticism, or worse, ostracization. This dynamic creates a split between what a person truly feels and what they express. When someone is being kind for the sake of social approval, they are not acting from a place of genuine compassion or empathy. Instead, they are using kindness as a tool to manage how others perceive them. In doing so, they put on a mask concealing their true emotions, desires, and thoughts. This mask of kindness is often most visible in situations where a person feels obligated to be nice. Consider a workplace environment where employees are encouraged to be team players. In such a setting, employees may suppress their frustrations, avoid difficult conversations, and offer help even when they are overburdened, all in the name of being kind. But this false kindness often breeds resentment. The employee who continually sacrifices their well-being for the sake of others may become bitter, feeling as though their kindness is unappreciated or taken advantage of. What appears as kindness on the surface is, in reality, an act of self-preservation, rooted in the fear of being seen as difficult or uncooperative. In relationships, this form of kindness can be equally destructive. Partners may avoid expressing their true feelings or needs because they don't want to hurt the other person's feelings. They may go along with plans they don't enjoy or agree to compromises that leave them feeling unsatisfied, all in the name of kindness. Over time, this form of kindness erodes the relationship, as the person who continuously suppresses their own needs and desires begins to feel unseen and unheard. Their acts of kindness become hollow, a performance rather than a true expression of love or care. This false kindness also disconnects a person from their own authenticity. When you are constantly trying to be kind in a way that pleases others, you lose sight of what you actually want or feel. Your true desires and emotions become buried beneath the mask, and over time it becomes difficult to distinguish between what is genuine and what is simply an attempt to conform. The more a person uses kindness to fit in or avoid conflict, the further they drift from their true self. Kindness used as a mask can create a cycle of inauthenticity in social interactions. When you wear the mask of kindness, those around you are likely doing the same. Everyone is polite, agreeable, and accommodating, but no one is truly expressing their authentic selves. In this way, the mask of kindness fosters shallow relationships where true connection and understanding are impossible. People become trapped in a loop of false niceties where real emotions are suppressed and genuine conversations are avoided. On a deeper level, this form of kindness is a denial of the self. When you prioritize others' feelings and comfort over your own truth, you are essentially telling yourself that your own needs and desires don't matter as much. You are placing the comfort of others above your own well-being. This self-denial can have serious consequences over time. By consistently putting others first, you may find yourself feeling drained, resentful, or even depressed. Your acts of kindness, instead of bringing you fulfillment or joy, leave you feeling empty and disconnected from yourself. This is not to say that kindness is inherently bad. Genuine kindness born out of love, empathy, and compassion is a powerful force for good. But when kindness is used as a mask to avoid conflict, maintain approval, or protect yourself from judgment, it loses its authenticity. True kindness comes from a place of inner strength and security, where you can give without feeling depleted, and where your actions are aligned with your true self. In contrast to the masked kindness that is driven by fear, true kindness is rooted in self-awareness and authenticity. It does not seek approval or validation from others, nor does it aim to maintain peace at the expense of truth. True kindness requires courage, the courage to be honest, even when it's uncomfortable, and the courage to prioritize your own well-being without feeling guilty. To unmask your kindness, you must first become aware of the reasons behind your actions. Are you being kind because you genuinely want to help, or because you feel you have to? Are you saying yes because you truly want to, or because you're afraid of what will happen if you say no? By asking yourself these questions, you can begin to distinguish between genuine kindness and the kind of kindness that serves as a mask. Once you have this awareness, the next step is to practice authenticity in your interactions. This means being honest about your feelings, even if it's uncomfortable. It means setting boundaries when you need to, and saying no when you don't have the energy or desire to say yes. Authenticity doesn't mean being unkind or harsh, it simply means being true to yourself. When you begin to practice this kind of authenticity, you may find that some people in your life don't respond well. They may be accustomed to your masked kindness and may resist your attempts to be more honest. But this is a necessary part of the process. By unmasking your kindness, you will naturally attract people who appreciate and respect your authenticity, and you will begin to build relationships that are based on truth rather than performance. The mask of kindness is a form of self-betrayal. It may keep you safe in the short term, but it prevents you from living fully and authentically. To remove the mask and embrace true kindness, you must be willing to risk disapproval, conflict, and discomfort. But in doing so, you will find a deeper sense of connection to yourself and others, and a more fulfilling and genuine way of being in the world. True power doesn't come from external accolades, possessions, or the approval of others. It arises from a deep sense of self-awareness, understanding who you are at your core and how your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs shape your experience of reality. Self-awareness is the foundation upon which everything else is built, particularly in the process of manifestation and personal transformation. To be self-aware is to be conscious of your inner world, to observe the thoughts that flow through your mind, and to recognize the emotions that drive your actions. Most people live on autopilot, reacting to life based on conditioned responses and unconscious beliefs. They are often unaware of the internal mechanisms that shape their external reality. But true power lies in stepping out of this reactive state and into a position of conscious observation. When you become self-aware, you begin to see the connection between your inner state and your outer circumstances. You understand that the thoughts you entertain, the emotions you cultivate, and the beliefs you hold create the experiences you attract into your life. If your mind is constantly filled with fear, doubt, and insecurity, your outer world will reflect that. But if you cultivate thoughts of abundance, confidence, and joy, your external reality will mirror that as well. Self-awareness is not just about understanding what you think, but why you think it. It's about tracing the roots of your beliefs and questioning the stories you've been telling yourself for years. Many people are stuck in patterns of thinking that were formed in childhood or through past experiences, and they never stop to question whether those patterns still serve them. For example, someone may believe they are unworthy of success because they were told as a child that they weren't good enough. That belief, if left unexamined, will continue to manifest in their life as self-sabotage or missed opportunities. Through self-awareness, you gain the power to identify these limiting beliefs and change them. You realize that you are not the victim of your circumstances, but the creator of them. Your thoughts are not random, they are the building blocks of your reality. And once you become aware of them, you have the power to choose different thoughts that are aligned with the life you want to create. Self-awareness gives you control over your emotions. Many people are ruled by their emotions, reacting impulsively to whatever feelings arise in the moment. But emotions, like thoughts, are not inherently good or bad. They are simply signals that reflect your internal state. When you are self-aware, you can observe your emotions without being controlled by them. You can recognize when fear is clouding your judgment or when anger is distorting your perception. Instead of reacting impulsively, you can choose to respond consciously, making decisions from a place of clarity rather than emotional turbulence. This emotional mastery is a key aspect of true power. When you are no longer at the mercy of your emotions, you become unshakable. You are able to maintain your focus and your sense of inner peace, even in the face of challenges. This doesn't mean suppressing your emotions or denying them, but rather understanding them and using them as tools for growth and self-reflection. Self-awareness fosters a deep sense of self-trust. When you are aware of your inner world, you become more attuned to your intuition, the quiet inner voice that guides you toward your true desires and purpose. Intuition is often drowned out by the noise of external opinions and societal expectations, but when you cultivate self-awareness, you can hear it more clearly. You begin to trust yourself more, knowing that the answers you seek are within you, not outside of you. Self-awareness is the key to unlocking your true potential. It allows you to step out of the limitations of your conditioned mind and into the limitless possibilities of your conscious mind. It gives you the power to create your reality intentionally rather than by default. And it empowers you to live in alignment with your true self, rather than the version of yourself that has been shaped by external influences. You no longer seek validation from others because you are confident in who you are. You no longer feel the need to be kind out of obligation or fear because you are guided by your own inner truth. True power lies not in how others perceive you, but in how deeply you understand yourself. And from this place of self-awareness, you can manifest a life that is truly yours, one that is aligned with your deepest desires, your highest vision, and your authentic self. People-pleasing is a behavior rooted in the desire for acceptance, approval, and belonging. At its core, it involves sacrificing one's own needs, desires, and boundaries in order to accommodate others. While this might seem harmless or even virtuous at first, the danger of people-pleasing lies in its capacity to erode a person's sense of self and lead to long-term emotional, psychological, and even physical distress. The habit of constantly seeking to please others often masks deeper insecurities and fears, and over time it can result in an identity that is dependent on external validation rather than internal self-worth. One of the primary dangers of people-pleasing is the gradual loss of self-awareness. When someone constantly prioritizes others' opinions, desires, and needs above their own, they begin to lose touch with who they really are. Their decisions are no longer guided by their personal values, preferences, or dreams, but by what they think will make others happy or keep them in others' good graces. Over time, this behavior blurs the boundaries between the individual's true self and the version of themselves they present to the world. People-pleasers often find themselves unsure of their own desires or goals, having spent so much time living for the approval of others that they no longer know what they genuinely want for themselves. People-pleasing creates a cycle of dependency on external validation. Every time a person sacrifices their own needs to gain approval, they reinforce the belief that their worth is contingent upon making others happy. This dependence on external validation can lead to a heightened sensitivity to criticism or rejection. When someone is overly focused on pleasing others, even minor criticism can feel devastating because it threatens the very source of their sense of self-worth. The need for constant approval becomes a form of emotional bondage, trapping the individual in a perpetual state of anxiety about whether they are doing enough to be liked or accepted. In relationships, people-pleasing can lead to unhealthy dynamics. When one person is always bending over backward to please the other, an imbalance of power is created. The people-pleaser often becomes overly accommodating, avoiding conflict and suppressing their own needs to maintain harmony. This behavior, while initially perceived as generous or loving, can breed resentment over time. The people-pleaser may feel unappreciated, unnoticed, or taken advantage of, especially if their efforts to please go unreciprocated or unacknowledged. Meanwhile, the other party in the relationship may unknowingly or knowingly exploit this tendency, leading to an unequal and unhealthy partnership. Beyond relationships, people-pleasing can hinder personal growth and self-actualization. When someone is constantly focused on gaining approval from others, they are less likely to take risks or pursue their true passions, particularly if those pursuits deviate from what others expect of them. For example, a people-pleaser may choose a career path based on their family's expectations rather than their own interests, or they may refrain from expressing their true opinions out of fear of disapproval. This reluctance to assert themselves or take bold actions prevents them from exploring their full potential and achieving a life that is truly aligned with their inner desires. The physical and emotional toll of people-pleasing can be significant. Constantly putting others first often leads to burnout, as people-pleasers tend to overextend themselves, saying yes to every request, favor, or demand made of them. The stress of juggling everyone's expectations can result in exhaustion, anxiety, and even physical illness. People-pleasers may neglect their own well-being, failing to take time for rest, self-care, or activities that nurture their own spirit. Over time, this neglect can lead to chronic stress, resentment, and feelings of deep unhappiness or emptiness. At its most dangerous, people-pleasing can lead to a complete loss of identity. When someone spends their entire life trying to live up to others' expectations, they lose touch with their authentic self. This lack of authenticity can create a deep sense of loneliness, even when surrounded by others, because the relationships they've cultivated are based on the version of themselves they've presented to please others, rather than their true self. In extreme cases, this disconnect from one's true self can lead to depression or anxiety, as the individual grapples with the emptiness that comes from living a life dictated by others' needs rather than their own. The underlying fear driving people-pleasing is often the fear of rejection or abandonment. People-pleasers are often afraid that if they stop accommodating others, they will lose their relationships, social standing, or sense of belonging. This fear keeps them trapped in a cycle of self-sacrifice, even when it is detrimental to their own well-being. Yet the reality is that true, meaningful relationships are built on mutual respect, authenticity, and healthy boundaries. When people-pleasers learn to assert their own needs and desires, they may indeed lose some relationships that were based on their willingness to accommodate, but they also open the door to deeper, more authentic connections with those who appreciate and respect them for who they truly are. The danger of people-pleasing lies in its ability to erode an individual's sense of self-worth, leaving them dependent on the approval of others and disconnected from their own desires and needs. To break free from this cycle, it is essential to cultivate self-awareness, set healthy boundaries, and learn to value oneself independently of external validation. Only then can an individual begin to reclaim their authentic power and live a life that is true to who they really are. Imagination is a powerful force that shapes our perceptions, beliefs, and ultimately our realities. It is not merely a whimsical tool for daydreaming, it is a fundamental mechanism through which we interpret and engage with the world around us. The understanding that imagination creates reality is not just an abstract concept, it is a profound truth that has been recognized by thinkers, philosophers, and visionaries throughout history. This principle is deeply rooted in the idea that our thoughts and inner imagery have the power to influence our experiences and the circumstances we attract into our lives. At its core, imagination allows us to visualize possibilities beyond our current reality. When we engage our imagination, we tap into a realm of creativity and potential that extends far beyond the limitations of our present circumstances. This is where the true magic lies, in the ability to envision a future that differs from the present, thus paving the way for transformation. For example, consider the process of goal setting. When we envision a specific outcome, be it a career aspiration, a personal achievement, or a dream lifestyle, we are using our imagination to create a mental blueprint of what we desire. This act of visualization is the first step toward manifesting that reality. However, the power of imagination goes beyond simply daydreaming about what we want. It is essential to understand that our thoughts are not just fleeting notions, they are energetic vibrations that resonate with the universe. When we focus our imagination on positive, empowering thoughts, we begin to align ourselves with those very frequencies. Conversely, when our imagination is filled with doubt, fear, or negative self-talk, we inadvertently attract experiences that reflect those limiting beliefs. Thus, the quality of our thoughts and the nature of our imagination directly influence the reality we experience. One of the key aspects of this concept is the idea that imagination precedes action. Before any significant achievement or creation occurs in the physical world, it must first be conceived in the mind. Inventors, artists, entrepreneurs, and visionaries all share a common thread: they dared to imagine a different reality. They took the initial leap of faith by allowing their imagination to guide them, even in the face of skepticism or uncertainty. This principle underscores the importance of nurturing our imaginative capabilities and recognizing their role in shaping our destiny. The The power of imagination is not limited to personal aspirations, it extends to the collective consciousness as well. When groups of people share a common vision, their collective imagination can manifest significant changes in society. Social movements, innovations, and cultural shifts often begin with a shared imaginative vision that inspires individuals to come together and take action. This highlights the idea that imagination is not just an individual endeavor, it can ripple through communities and impact the world on a larger scale. It is also crucial to acknowledge that imagination is a skill that can be cultivated. Many individuals may feel disconnected from their imaginative faculties, particularly in a society that often prioritizes logic and practicality over creativity. However, like any other skill, imagination can be exercised and developed through practices such as mindfulness, visualization, and creative expression. Engaging in activities that stimulate the mind, such as reading, painting, or even daydreaming, can enhance our imaginative abilities and open new pathways for creativity. It is essential to recognize that our imagination is influenced by our beliefs and experiences. Limiting beliefs can act as barriers to our imaginative potential, trapping us in a cycle of negative thinking and self-doubt. For instance, someone who believes they are unworthy of success may find it challenging to envision a future where they thrive and excel. This disconnect between belief and imagination can create a self-fulfilling prophecy, where the individual remains stuck in a reality that does not reflect their true potential. To harness the full power of imagination, it is vital to address these limiting beliefs, challenge them, and replace them with empowering narratives that align with our desired reality. The act of imagining is intrinsically linked to emotions. Our feelings play a significant role in shaping our imaginative experiences. When we imagine with positive emotions such as joy, excitement, and gratitude, we amplify the energy of our thoughts. This emotional resonance can serve as a powerful catalyst for manifestation. Conversely, when we approach our imagination from a place of fear or negativity, we diminish our ability to attract positive outcomes. Thus, cultivating a positive emotional state is essential for harnessing the full potential of our imagination. Ultimately, the principle that imagination creates reality is a reminder of the profound responsibility we hold in shaping our lives. By consciously directing our imagination toward positive, empowering thoughts, we can cultivate a reality that aligns with our true desires. This requires not only a commitment to self-awareness, but also a willingness to challenge our beliefs, embrace our creativity, and harness the emotional energy that accompanies our imaginative pursuits. As we learn to trust the power of our imagination, we unlock the door to infinite possibilities. We recognize that our inner world is not a mere reflection of our external circumstances, but a powerful tool for transformation. With imagination as our ally, we can navigate the complexities of life, turn dreams into reality, and manifest a life that resonates with our deepest aspirations. In this journey of creation, imagination serves as both the compass and the canvas, guiding us toward a reality that is uniquely our own. Being ruthlessly self-directed is about taking full ownership of your life, choices, and outcomes. It requires a fierce commitment to personal responsibility and an unwavering dedication to pursuing your goals and desires without being swayed by external influences or societal expectations. This principle is not merely about being goal-oriented, it encompasses a mindset that prioritizes self-awareness, self-discipline, and the relentless pursuit of personal growth. To be ruthlessly self-directed is to harness the power within you to create the life you truly want, regardless of the obstacles or challenges you may encounter. At the heart of being self-directed is the understanding that you are the architect of your own destiny. This realization is both empowering and daunting, as it demands a deep level of introspection and honesty about your desires, values, and motivations. When you embrace this principle, you begin to recognize that your life is a reflection of your choices. Every decision, big or small, contributes to the reality you experience. By accepting this responsibility, you liberate yourself from the victim mentality that often pervades societal narratives. Instead of blaming circumstances or others for your situation, you cultivate a mindset that seeks solutions and takes proactive steps toward change. Self-direction also requires a commitment to self-awareness. This involves regularly assessing your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions to ensure they align with your goals. It means being brutally honest with yourself about what you truly want and what might be holding you back. For example, many people find themselves stuck in jobs or relationships that do not serve them simply because they fear change or are accustomed to their current situation. By cultivating self-awareness, you can identify these patterns and consciously choose to break free from them. This process of self-reflection empowers you to make informed decisions that resonate with your true self. Being self-directed necessitates a high degree of self-discipline. Goals are rarely achieved without consistent effort, and the path to success is often paved with challenges, distractions, and setbacks. Self-discipline is the fuel that keeps you moving forward, even when motivation wanes. It requires the ability to prioritize your goals over short-term pleasures or distractions. For instance, if you are pursuing a fitness goal, being self-directed means committing to a workout schedule and nutrition plan even when the couch beckons or temptations arise. It's about establishing routines and habits that support your vision for yourself even when it feels difficult or inconvenient. A key aspect of self-direction is setting clear, actionable goals. Vague aspirations can lead to confusion and inaction. When you take the time to define specific measurable goals, you create a roadmap for yourself. This clarity allows you to break down your objectives into manageable steps, making it easier to track your progress and celebrate small victories along the way. Moreover, setting goals helps you maintain focus, enabling you to resist distractions that may derail your journey. Resilience is another critical component of being ruthlessly self-directed. Life is inherently unpredictable, and setbacks are a natural part of any journey. Those who are self-directed view obstacles not as insurmountable barriers, but as opportunities for growth and learning. When faced with challenges, they adapt their strategies, reassess their goals, and continue moving forward. This resilience is cultivated through a mindset that embraces discomfort and views failure as a stepping stone toward success. Being self-directed involves surrounding yourself with supportive influences. While you are ultimately responsible for your choices, the people you interact with can significantly impact your journey. Seek out individuals who inspire and uplift you, who challenge you to grow, and who respect your vision for your life. By building a supportive network, you create an environment that fosters accountability and encourages you to remain focused on your goals. Another vital aspect of being ruthlessly self-directed is the willingness to take risks. Growth often lies outside of your comfort zone, and stepping into the unknown can be intimidating. However, those who are self-directed understand that taking calculated risks is essential for progress. Whether it's pursuing a new career path, starting a business, or initiating a difficult conversation, embracing risk is a hallmark of a self-directed individual. It is through these risks that you discover your true potential and expand your horizons. Being ruthlessly self-directed is a continuous journey of learning and adaptation. The world is ever-changing, and the ability to pivot and adjust your approach is crucial for long-term success. This mindset encourages a commitment to lifelong learning, whether through formal education, self-study, or experiential learning. Those who are self-directed remain curious and open-minded, always seeking new insights and perspectives that can enhance their journey. Being ruthlessly self-directed means embracing your role as the creator of your own life. It requires a commitment to self-awareness, self-discipline, resilience, and a willingness to take risks. By cultivating these qualities, you empower yourself to navigate the complexities of life with confidence and purpose. You become the driving force behind your journey, unafraid to challenge the status quo and pursue your dreams relentlessly. This unwavering dedication to self-direction allows you to craft a life that aligns with your true desires and aspirations, ultimately leading to a more fulfilling and authentic existence. The illusion of obligation is a powerful mental construct that many individuals navigate throughout their lives. It manifests as the pervasive belief that we must meet certain expectations or fulfill specific roles, often dictated by societal norms, familial pressures, or professional demands. This sense of obligation can feel like an unshakable weight, compelling us to act in ways that may not align with our true desires or values. However, recognizing the illusion of obligation is the first step toward reclaiming our autonomy and living more authentically. At its core, the illusion of obligation stems from our desire for acceptance and belonging. From a young age, we are conditioned to seek approval from parents, teachers, peers, and society at large. This conditioning creates a framework where we equate our worth with our ability to meet others' expectations. For example, many people choose careers not based on their passions or interests, but rather on what is deemed acceptable or prestigious by their families or communities. This pursuit of external validation can lead to a disconnection from one's authentic self, resulting in feelings of dissatisfaction and unfulfillment. The pressure to conform to these perceived obligations often creates internal conflict. On one hand, there is the desire to please others and maintain harmony in relationships. On the other hand, there is the yearning to pursue personal dreams and aspirations. This conflict can lead to a cycle of self-neglect, where individuals prioritize others' needs over their own, ultimately resulting in burnout, resentment, or a sense of lost identity. The illusion of obligation creates a false narrative that dictates how we should live, often leading us down paths that feel inauthentic and constraining. The illusion of obligation can manifest in various aspects of life, including family dynamics, friendships, and work environments. In family settings, individuals may feel obligated to uphold certain traditions, conform to expectations regarding relationships or parenting, or assume roles that do not resonate with their true selves. For instance, someone might feel pressured to become the family caregiver, sacrificing their own dreams and aspirations in the process. While these responsibilities often come from a place of love and duty, they can also create feelings of resentment and entrapment when they overshadow personal desires. In friendships, the illusion of obligation may lead to unhealthy dynamics where one person consistently prioritizes the needs of others at the expense of their well-being. This can manifest as agreeing to social engagements out of a sense of obligation rather than genuine desire. Over time, this behavior can erode the authenticity of relationships, as individuals may feel they cannot express their true feelings or boundaries for fear of disappointing others. In the workplace, the illusion of obligation often manifests as a fear of saying no or asserting one's needs. Many individuals feel compelled to take on excessive workloads or participate in activities that do not align with their values due to a perceived obligation to their employers or colleagues. This can lead to feelings of overwhelm, burnout, and disengagement, ultimately impacting productivity and job satisfaction. The narrative of obligation can overshadow personal well-being, leading individuals to neglect their own needs for the sake of meeting external expectations. Recognizing the illusion of obligation requires a deep level of self-awareness and courage. It involves questioning the beliefs and narratives that dictate our choices and understanding that we have the power to redefine what obligation means for us. This process often involves challenging societal norms and familial expectations, which can be uncomfortable but ultimately liberating. By examining the sources of our obligations, we can begin to differentiate between what is genuinely important to us and what has been imposed by external forces. Setting boundaries is a crucial aspect of breaking free from the illusion of obligation. When we learn to articulate our needs and establish limits, we create space for authenticity in our relationships and pursuits. This may involve having difficult conversations with family members, friends, or colleagues, but it is essential for fostering a sense of empowerment and self-respect. By prioritizing our own well-being and desires, we create healthier dynamics in our relationships and cultivate a sense of agency in our lives. Embracing the idea that it is okay to prioritize our own happiness is vital in dismantling the illusion of obligation. This shift in mindset allows us to view self-care not as selfishness, but as a necessary component of living authentically. By acknowledging that our happiness matters, we can start making choices that align with our true selves, regardless of external expectations. The illusion of obligation is a pervasive barrier to living a fulfilling and authentic life. By recognizing and challenging these self-imposed constraints, we can reclaim our power and autonomy. The journey involves embracing self-awareness, setting boundaries, and prioritizing our own desires and well-being. As we navigate this process, we not only liberate ourselves from the weight of obligation, but also create a life that resonates with our true essence. This journey toward authenticity empowers us to make choices that reflect who we are at our core, leading to a more meaningful and enriched existence. Discipline over niceness, especially in the context of the illusion of obligation, speaks to a critical truth about personal growth and fulfillment. In our society, there is often a strong emphasis on being nice, which is frequently equated with being agreeable, accommodating, or yielding to the wishes of others. While kindness is a valuable trait, the drive to be nice can sometimes lead individuals to sacrifice their own needs, desires, and boundaries in favor of maintaining harmony or avoiding conflict. This tendency is particularly pronounced when it intersects with the illusion of obligation, a belief that we must fulfill certain roles or expectations imposed by others. Understanding the interplay between discipline and niceness, especially within the framework of obligation, can empower individuals to make choices that reflect their true selves and align with their goals. At its core, the emphasis on niceness often stems from a fear of rejection or disapproval. Many individuals are conditioned from a young age to seek approval from parents, peers, and society, leading them to believe that their worth is tied to how agreeable they are. This conditioning fosters a mindset where being nice takes precedence over being authentic. As a result, individuals may find themselves engaging in behaviors that do not resonate with their true feelings or values, simply to appease others or meet perceived expectations. This misplaced priority can create an internal conflict as individuals wrestle with the tension between their genuine desires and the perceived need to be nice. The illusion of obligation amplifies this dynamic, further entrenching individuals in the belief that they must fulfill certain roles or expectations. Whether it's family traditions, workplace norms, or societal standards, these obligations can feel insurmountable, creating a sense of duty that overshadows personal desires. For example, someone may feel obligated to attend social gatherings, volunteer for tasks, or take on responsibilities at work, all under the guise of being nice and accommodating. However, this behavior can lead to a cycle of resentment, burnout, and dissatisfaction as individuals neglect their own needs in the process. Discipline, on the other hand, is the conscious choice to prioritize one's values, goals, and well-being over the superficial desire to be liked or accepted. It requires a commitment to personal responsibility and a willingness to assert one's boundaries, even in the face of potential disapproval from others. Discipline involves making choices that align with one's long-term vision for life rather than succumbing to the immediate gratification of pleasing others. This might mean saying no to requests that do not serve one's goals, stepping back from obligations that feel burdensome, or engaging in difficult conversations that challenge the status quo. One of the most significant benefits of embracing discipline over niceness is the cultivation of authentic relationships. When individuals prioritize their own needs and desires, they create space for more genuine connections with others. Authenticity fosters trust and openness, allowing relationships to thrive on mutual respect rather than obligation. This shift can transform dynamics, encouraging friends, family, and colleagues to express their true selves as well. In essence, discipline creates a ripple effect, inspiring others to prioritize their authenticity as well. Discipline enables individuals to pursue their passions and ambitions with clarity and focus. By shedding the illusion of obligation, people can channel their energy into endeavors that resonate with their true selves. Whether it's pursuing a new career, engaging in creative projects, or investing in personal development, discipline empowers individuals to take proactive steps toward their goals. This proactive mindset fosters a sense of empowerment and agency, enabling individuals to design lives that reflect their values and aspirations. It's important to acknowledge that the transition from niceness to discipline can be challenging. Individuals may experience guilt or discomfort when asserting their boundaries or declining requests that do not align with their goals. This discomfort often arises from the deeply ingrained belief that being nice is synonymous with being a good person. Nevertheless, it's essential to recognize that true goodness does not come from sacrificing one's well-being for the sake of pleasing others. Rather, it comes from making choices that align with one's values and respecting both oneself and others in the process. To cultivate discipline over niceness, individuals can begin by developing self-awareness. Reflecting on personal values, desires, and motivations can help clarify what truly matters. This self-reflection empowers individuals to make informed choices that align with their goals. Setting clear boundaries is also crucial. Communicating one's limits to others creates an environment where respect and authenticity can flourish. Additionally, practicing self-compassion is vital during this transition. Understanding that it is okay to prioritize one's needs without guilt or shame reinforces the idea that self-care is an essential aspect of living authentically. Embracing discipline over niceness allows individuals to break free from the illusion of obligation. It empowers them to reclaim their autonomy, pursue their passions, and cultivate genuine relationships built on mutual respect. By prioritizing discipline, individuals can create lives that resonate with their true selves, fostering fulfillment and authenticity in a world that often encourages conformity. This journey is not only transformative for the individual, but also for the relationships and communities they engage with, as authenticity begets authenticity, creating a ripple effect of empowerment and genuine connection. Reframing your idea of kindness involves shifting from a traditional understanding that often emphasizes compliance and self-sacrifice to a more empowering perspective that prioritizes authenticity and self-respect. The conventional view of kindness is frequently rooted in the notion of being agreeable, accommodating, and putting the needs of others before our own. While these traits have their place, they can sometimes lead to unhealthy dynamics where individuals neglect their own well-being in favor of maintaining peace or gaining approval. This often creates an internal conflict where the desire to be kind clashes with the need to be true to oneself. To reframe kindness, it is essential to recognize that true kindness is not synonymous with niceness. Being nice often involves a passive approach to interactions, where individuals may suppress their true feelings or desires to avoid conflict or disappointment. In contrast, authentic kindness is grounded in honesty and respect for both oneself and others. It acknowledges that while helping others is important, it should not come at the cost of compromising one's own needs or values. This shift in perspective allows for a more balanced approach to kindness, where individuals can engage genuinely while still maintaining their boundaries. One crucial aspect of reframing kindness is understanding that it is not about pleasing everyone. The belief that we must be kind to all can lead to overcommitment and feelings of resentment. When we try to please everyone, we often end up stretching ourselves too thin, neglecting our own needs, and ultimately feeling burnt out. By reframing kindness as a practice that prioritizes mutual respect and understanding, individuals can create healthier relationships and foster environments where everyone feels valued. Furthermore, true kindness often involves having the courage to be honest, even when it may be uncomfortable. This means being willing to speak up when something does not feel right, expressing our own needs, and setting boundaries when necessary. By reframing kindness to include honesty and assertiveness, we empower ourselves and others to engage in more authentic interactions. For instance, instead of saying yes to every request out of obligation, we can approach situations with clarity about our own capacity and willingness. This not only fosters our own well-being, but also sets a precedent for others to do the same. Reframing kindness also involves recognizing the power of self-kindness. Many individuals struggle with the notion of self-care, often viewing it as selfish or indulgent. However, practicing self-kindness is essential for maintaining a healthy balance between giving to others and nurturing oneself. When we prioritize self-kindness, we acknowledge our own needs and feelings, allowing us to show up as our best selves for others. This may involve setting aside time for personal interest, practicing mindfulness, or simply allowing ourselves to rest when needed. By treating ourselves with kindness, we create a foundation from which we can extend genuine kindness to others. Kindness can take many forms beyond the traditional gestures of generosity or support. It can involve listening actively, showing empathy, and offering constructive feedback. These actions demonstrate respect and consideration for others while maintaining the integrity of our own beliefs and values. For example, providing honest feedback to a colleague may be perceived as difficult, yet it can be one of the most compassionate acts when it is rooted in a desire to help them grow. Reframing kindness in this way allows us to engage in more meaningful and impactful interactions. Reframing kindness encourages us to let go of the guilt that often accompanies the act of setting boundaries or prioritizing ourselves. Many individuals feel a sense of guilt when they choose to say no or when they assert their needs. However, it is crucial to recognize that setting boundaries is not a reflection of unkindness, but rather an expression of self-respect. By practicing self-advocacy and asserting our needs, we create space for more authentic connections and pave the way for healthier interactions with others. Reframing kindness requires a shift in how we view our relationships with others. It encourages us to approach interactions with a mindset of collaboration rather than obligation. This perspective fosters an environment where mutual respect and understanding flourish, allowing all parties involved to feel valued and heard. By recognizing that kindness is a two-way street, we can cultivate deeper connections built on trust and authenticity. Reframing your idea of kindness involves shifting from a notion rooted in compliance and self-sacrifice to one that prioritizes authenticity, self-respect, and mutual understanding. It encourages individuals to embrace honesty and assertiveness, practice self-kindness, and redefine the ways in which we engage with others. By doing so, we can cultivate healthier relationships, empower ourselves and others, and create a more genuine and fulfilling expression of kindness in our lives. This journey toward redefining kindness is not only transformative for the individual, but also contributes to building more authentic and compassionate communities where everyone can thrive. The principle that energy follows attention encapsulates a fundamental truth about human consciousness and the power of focus. In essence, this concept posits that whatever we direct our attention toward becomes infused with energy and intention, shaping our experiences, perceptions, and ultimately our reality. This dynamic interplay between attention and energy can significantly influence various aspects of our lives, from our relationships and careers to our mental and emotional well-being. By understanding and harnessing this principle, individuals can cultivate a more intentional and fulfilling life. At the heart of this principle lies the understanding that our attention acts as a powerful magnifying glass. When we focus on a particular thought, desire, or goal, we effectively amplify its presence in our lives. This amplification can attract corresponding energies, opportunities, and experiences that align with what we are focusing on. For example, when individuals concentrate on negative thoughts or experiences, they often find themselves caught in a cycle of negativity. This phenomenon, often referred to as the law of attraction, suggests that like attracts like, meaning that the energy we emit through our thoughts and emotions attracts similar energy from the universe. Conversely, when we direct our attention toward positive goals, aspirations, and experiences, we cultivate an environment conducive to growth and fulfillment. By choosing to focus on what we desire rather than what we fear or lack, we create a fertile ground for positive energy to flourish. This shift in attention can open doors to new opportunities, inspire creativity, and enhance overall well-being. For instance, someone who focuses on gratitude and appreciation for what they have is likely to attract more positive experiences into their life, reinforcing a cycle of abundance. Another essential aspect of the principle that energy follows attention is its impact on personal relationships. The attention we give to others plays a crucial role in shaping our connections and interactions. When we prioritize meaningful communication, active listening, and genuine engagement, we cultivate a sense of trust and intimacy in our relationships. Conversely, when our attention is scattered or divided, it can lead to misunderstandings, disconnection, and feelings of neglect. By consciously directing our attention toward nurturing our relationships, we infuse them with positive energy, fostering deeper connections and a greater sense of fulfillment. This principle extends to our professional lives. The way we direct our attention within our careers can significantly impact our success and satisfaction. When we focus on our strengths, skills, and opportunities for growth, we position ourselves to thrive. This focus can help us develop a clear vision for our career trajectory, allowing us to set meaningful goals and take actionable steps toward achieving them. Conversely, if we dwell on obstacles, setbacks, or limitations, we can inadvertently create barriers to our success. By shifting our attention to possibilities and solutions, we can harness the energy necessary to overcome challenges and move forward with confidence. Mindfulness plays a pivotal role in aligning our attention with our intentions. By cultivating a practice of mindfulness, we can train ourselves to be more present and aware of where our attention is directed. This heightened awareness allows us to identify thought patterns, distractions, and negative influences that may detract from our desired focus. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation, journaling, or breathwork, can help us center our attention on what truly matters to us, enabling us to channel our energy toward our goals and aspirations. Our attention is often influenced by external factors, including societal norms, media consumption, and the opinions of others. In a world filled with distractions and competing demands for our attention, it becomes increasingly important to discern what truly deserves our focus. By consciously curating the information and stimuli we expose ourselves to, we can reclaim our power and direct our attention toward what aligns with our values and aspirations. This may involve reducing time spent on social media, engaging with content that inspires us, or surrounding ourselves with positive influences that uplift our energy. It's also essential to recognize that energy follows attention not only in the context of our thoughts and external circumstances, but also in relation to our inner dialogue. The way we speak to ourselves shapes our beliefs and self-perception. When we focus on self-criticism and negative self-talk, We reinforce limiting beliefs that can hinder our growth. Conversely, by directing our attention towards self-compassion and encouragement, we foster a positive self-image that propels us forward. Practicing affirmations, gratitude, and self-acceptance can help shift our internal dialogue, allowing us to cultivate an empowering mindset. The principle that energy follows attention is a powerful reminder of the impact our focus has on our experiences and outcomes. By consciously directing our attention toward positive thoughts, nurturing relationships, and meaningful goals, we can cultivate an environment that fosters growth, fulfillment, and joy. This principle encourages us to take responsibility for our focus, recognizing that we have the power to shape our reality through the energy we choose to cultivate. Embracing this understanding empowers us to live more intentionally, aligning our thoughts and actions with our true desires and aspirations. By harnessing the transformative power of our attention, we can create a life that reflects our authentic selves and invites abundance into every aspect of our existence. Mastering the art of self-containment is a transformative practice that empowers individuals to cultivate inner strength, resilience, and emotional stability. In a world that often bombards us with external stimuli and pressures, the ability to remain centered and self-sufficient becomes increasingly essential. Self-containment is not about isolation or emotional detachment. Rather, it involves developing a deep sense of self-awareness and control over one's thoughts, emotions, and reactions. This mastery fosters a profound sense of autonomy, allowing individuals to navigate life's challenges with grace and confidence. At its core, self-containment begins with self-awareness. This involves understanding one's emotions, triggers, and thought patterns. By recognizing the sources of our feelings and reactions, we can begin to respond rather than react to external circumstances. For example, if a person finds themselves easily frustrated by traffic or a difficult conversation, self-awareness enables them to step back and assess why they feel that way. Is it a need for control? A fear of being late? By examining these underlying motivations, individuals can cultivate a more measured response that aligns with their values and intentions. Building emotional resilience is another crucial component of self-containment. Life is inherently unpredictable, and setbacks are a natural part of the human experience. When individuals learn to embrace challenges and view them as opportunities for growth, they develop the resilience needed to weather adversity. This resilience comes from an inner belief in one's ability to navigate difficulties, rather than relying on external validation or support. For instance, someone who faces rejection or failure can choose to see these experiences as stepping stones rather than defining moments. This shift in perspective fosters a sense of self-efficacy, allowing individuals to approach challenges with optimism and determination. In mastering self-containment, individuals also learn to manage their emotional responses. This involves developing healthy coping strategies that allow for the processing of emotions without becoming overwhelmed. Techniques such as mindfulness, deep breathing, and journaling can serve as powerful tools for emotional regulation. Mindfulness, in particular, encourages individuals to observe their thoughts and feelings without judgment, creating a sense of detachment from negative emotions. This practice fosters a space where individuals can process their experiences and choose how to respond thoughtfully, rather than impulsively. Another vital aspect of self-containment is the ability to set healthy boundaries. Many individuals struggle with the desire to please others, often at the expense of their own well-being. However, mastering self-containment requires understanding that it is okay to prioritize one's own needs and limits. Setting boundaries allows individuals to create a safe and nurturing environment for themselves, enabling them to focus on their personal growth and emotional health. This may involve saying no to requests that drain energy or engaging in difficult conversations to clarify expectations with others. By asserting their boundaries, individuals can cultivate healthier relationships built on mutual respect and understanding. Self-containment encourages a shift in focus from external validation to internal validation. In a society that often measures success and worth through the lens of social approval or material achievements, individuals can find themselves constantly seeking affirmation from others. However, mastering self-containment involves recognizing that true worth comes from within. By developing a strong sense of self and aligning actions with personal values, individuals can cultivate self-acceptance and confidence that is impervious to external opinions. This internal validation becomes a powerful anchor during times of uncertainty or criticism, allowing individuals to remain steadfast in their beliefs and choices. The practice of self-containment also extends to managing distractions and cultivating focus. In an age characterized by constant notifications, social media, and competing demands for attention, mastering the ability to focus on what truly matters is essential. This involves creating an intentional environment that supports concentration, whether through designated workspaces, time-blocking techniques, or digital detoxes. By eliminating distractions and committing to focused tasks, individuals can channel their energy toward meaningful pursuits, fostering a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment. Self-containment nurtures a mindset of gratitude and appreciation. When individuals cultivate an awareness of their own thoughts and emotions, they can shift their focus toward recognizing the positive aspects of their lives. Practicing gratitude allows individuals to appreciate what they have rather than fixating on what they lack, fostering a sense of abundance and contentment. This positive outlook not only enhances emotional well-being, but also attracts more positivity into one's life. Mastering the art of self-containment is a lifelong journey that involves continuous self-discovery, growth, and practice. It empowers individuals to cultivate resilience, emotional intelligence, and self-awareness. By embracing self-containment, individuals can navigate life's challenges with confidence, creating a solid foundation from which to thrive. This mastery enables a deeper connection with oneself and others, fostering relationships rooted in authenticity, respect, and mutual understanding. As individuals learn to harness their inner strength and emotional resources, they become more capable of creating a life that reflects their true essence, ultimately leading to greater fulfillment and joy. Through the practice of self-containment, individuals not only enhance their own lives but also contribute positively to the lives of those around them, creating a ripple effect of empowerment and authenticity in their communities. Mastering the art of self-containment is not merely an aspiration but a vital practice that can profoundly transform our lives. As we cultivate self-awareness, emotional resilience, and the ability to manage our responses, we empower ourselves to navigate life's challenges with grace and confidence. By setting healthy boundaries and prioritizing our own needs, we foster healthier relationships grounded in mutual respect and understanding. Shifting our focus from external validation to internal worth allows us to build a solid foundation of self-acceptance, anchoring us during times of uncertainty. By minimizing distractions and nurturing a mindset of gratitude, we enhance our ability to concentrate on what truly matters, ultimately leading to a more fulfilling life. Embracing self-containment not only enriches our own experiences but also positively impacts those around us, creating a ripple effect of authenticity and empowerment within our communities. As we embark on this journey of mastering self-containment, let us commit to being present with ourselves, honoring our emotions, and cultivating the inner strength necessary to thrive. By doing so, we can create lives that reflect our true selves, filled with purpose, joy, and meaningful connections. In the end, self-containment is about recognizing our innate power to shape our reality and live authentically, fostering a sense of fulfillment that resonates in every aspect of our existence.